Hello, fellow humans, and welcome to something a little different. Today we're going to be playing Dicey Dungeons, which is a roguelike game where you roll dice to defeat enemies. So I've played this a little bit in the past, but I've started anew for you guys. This is the Jester, welcome to Dicey Dungeons! The game show where you could win your heart's greatest desire. But will you fulfill your dreams? Or your nightmares? Let's find out with our host this evening, and for eternity, it's Lady Luck! Thank you all my dears and darlings. And welcome back to my labyrinth of endless terror. Will our newest contestants win big or lose it all?
Oh, no.
Let's find out as we meet the Warrior. Whoa, I'm a dice! Yes, dear, that's how this works. Tell me, Warrior, what is your secret emptiness has driven you to risk eternal imprisonment at the hands of fate? What?
Huh?
My dear, what are you playing for today? Oh, I'm playing to win a monster truck. And to become the strongest man in the world. Inspirational. Well, you know what we say here in Dicey Dungeons.
Oh.
Luck might be against you, but it's too late to change your mind now. Click on the chest to walk over to it. So this is the overworld screen, the map. And we just got a sword from the chest. And then we're gonna take on this enemy. It's a space marine. He's level 1. Ah, a new contestant. Time to fire up the plasma blaster again. So every turn you roll a dice, and then in order to play a card, you just drag the dice onto the card. Nice, but you used a 5, so that did 5 damage. Oh, I clicked. Whoops. I'm sure it had nothing important on it. Click the end turn button when you're ready. So the enemy also rolls dice and uses it on their cards in order to deal damage to us. Yikes, when that thing hits 0, it's gonna hurt. It does 10 damage. Oh no, you rolled a 1. It's okay, this happens from time to time. The Warrior has a special ability. You can reroll up to 3 times per turn. So I can reroll a dice. A 4. A 3. There we go. A 6. Perfect. Alright, let's use it on our sword. So this will do 6 damage instead of 5 like last time. And he rolled pretty big. So we're going to take some damage here. Ouch. When you take damage, it charges up your limit break. Click on Fury to use it. So it looks like Fury is double our next action. So this will do 12 damage. Makes sense. So when you win, you get gold and also experience. And experience is used to level up, which increases your stats. We got another weapon called the Battle Axe, which deals 2 times damage for whatever dice we put in. We roll 2 dice. So the Battle Axe is more powerful than your sword, but you need a 4 or less. So let's use our 6 on our sword to maximize damage there. And we'll try to re-roll this to get a 4. Perfect. That's probably scripted because this is our first run, but some equipment will inflict status when used. This fireball, for example, it's going to burn. And burning a dice sets a dice on fire, and it costs 2 HP to extinguish it. So we're going to reroll our 1. We've got a 4. That's best used in our Battle Axe. And then we're going to have to take 2 damage here, but that's okay, because we kill him. We win! We got a gold and 1 experience. Congratulations, you are now level 2. Maximum health increased by 4. And I also receive an extra dice. You get all of your health back when you level up. So we're going to take these 2 chests. We got a matchstick, which takes an even dice and burns 1 dice. And then we also get a bump, which says dice value 1. And that means that if we put a dice in there, we get another dice back at the value 1. So we put a 5 in there, we get a 6. We put a 3 in there, we get a 4. Hey there, friend. Your enthusiasm is adorable, but I'll let you in on a secret. It's time for you to die. So the Jester changes equipment every turn. If you want, you can see what the enemy moves are here. So he's got 3 snowflakes, which frees one of my dice. Alrighty. I think here we're gonna deal 6 damage. And we're gonna re-roll 2. Got a 5. Yeah, we re-roll the 5. Because we want to save the even dice in case we want to place a master stick. Unfortunately, we got another 6. We can bump the 6 to get an extra 1. Since we can do some damage there. And then we can burn 2 of his dice. Okay, that wasn't a bad turn. He's gonna use one of his dice, which will burn him. We also get Frozen 2. Turns the highest rolled dice into a 1. So we have all 1s. That's fine. We'll re-roll some of them. I think we'll use Fury to do 8 damage twice. I think that's a good use to it. And then we'll bump the 5 to a 6 and hit him with it. And then we'll re-roll this and burn him. Nice. Buzzer. Inflict 1 shock. So shock makes a random... Shocked temporarily disables random equipment. You can use a dice to unshock. So I can't use any of these right now. If I want to use them, I have to place a dice in them first. So I have to waste a dice, essentially. Reroll the 5. I could reroll the 2 for something better. There is a higher chance that I'll get something less than 4 than over 4. And if I get a 4, I think that'd be perfect. I'll try it. I got a 1. Unfortunate. I lost 2 damage, but I think the risk was worth it. Spark, spark, spark. Gonna burn me. He's not doing any damage to me. But we can bump our 3 and kill him here. Perfect. I could have sworn it was time for you to die. Is my watch wrong? What time did you make it? I win. I got 1 coin and 2 experience because he was level 2. And we head on to the next floor. So we've got the marshmallow and the wizard here, in addition to a health up or a healing. Let's take the chest first. We got a second bump. I think we'll take the bump over the matchstick, because the matchstick doesn't really do very much for us, but having 2 bumps will allow us to turn a bad roll into a good roll. The marshmallow. So he has Snowball, which takes an odd dice, deals that amount of damage, and freezes one of mine. And he also has Fireball, which takes an even dice, deals that amount of damage, and burns one of my dice. So we'll reroll one of the 2s. We got a 1. We got a 4, which goes perfect there. And we can turn the 4 into a 6 using both of our bumps and deal 6 damage. So that was the perfect turn, quote unquote. So he's turning one of my 2s into a 1. Totally fine. I got a 5, which I can bump into a 6, but I think I'll wait for that. Yeah, I'll do that, because then I'll get a 6 on this one, and then I can bump a 3 into a 4 to deal maximum damage there. Nice. Got a coin and then 2 experience. Leveled up, increased by 4 health. Choose a reward. Do we go with Spiked Shield or Boomerang? Boomerang deals 2 damage to the enemy, 2 times damage to the enemy, but I also deal 1 times damage to myself, which is very interesting, like a risk-reward. Or Spiked Shield. Deal damage on evens or odds, take shield. I'm gonna go for the Boomerang. I think it'll be interesting. And then we got a shop here. Ooh, a new adventurer. Come on in. Welcome to Dicey Dungeon Supplies for you. I've got some great stuff in stock. Need socks, weapons, a small houseplant. So we can actually buy another Boomerang if we want to. There's a buckler here, which adds 4 to shield. A broadsword, which deals damage plus 2 damage, which I think is better than our regular sword. So I'll take that. And we can replace our sword with a broadsword. Upgraded our sword. And then we'll also put the Boomerang instead of a bump. And then we also had 1 extra coin. We can buy the buckler. And then we can get rid of the battle axe since we have the Boomerang. We'll put the buckler in and then the second bump. I think that's a good setup as we take on the wizard, a level 2 enemy. He's got socks. So the wizard, he's got these spells. So whatever dice he rolls corresponds to a spell that he can do. Some of them are really like not that great for him. Like teleport spell just dodges one attack, which is mediocre. However, if he rolls a 6, he gets Hall of Mirrors, which lets him roll 2 dice the next turn, so he can cast 2 spells, which is a little bit spooky. So I think here it would be wise. First off, we're gonna do 8 damage with that, and then I'd like to do Boomerang there. But let's go ahead and bump our dice so we can add 4 to our shield. And then we can do 12 damage to him. We're going to take 2 damage, but it's not as bad as taking 6. So he rolled a 5, so he's going to dodge our next attack, which is totally fine. So we're going to waste a dice to get rid of the dodge. And then we could hit him with this one. But we only need a 4. So we're going to re-roll a dice here. Try to hope for a smaller roll. Are you joking? Okay. So we can get him up to 6 damage. But I think I'd rather just get rid of him. I'll take 6 damage, but that's okay. We can heal up 6 there. And then on to the next floor. So here we can go after the sorceress to get to this anvil, or we can go after the dryad to get to the shop. We only have 1 gold, so I think it's best to go after the sorceress first, because we don't have very much influence in the shop. So the sorceress, she's got Cauldron, which is do 1 damage, get a new dice, and then 2 Burning Lights, which is takes a minimum of 4, but deals that amount of damage. And she burns 1 of my dice. And then she also has Infliction, which takes any dice, but deals 3 damage. Okay. So I'm going to re-roll my 1. I got a 6. Perfect. A 2. To get another 2. To get a 1. That's fine. So we'll do 8 damage with this. And then... I think I'm going to do 4 damage with the boomerang. Or take 4 damage with the boomerang. And then we can bump the 3. We can put it in buckler. If you don't know... I turned down the sound. Give me 1 second. The music was a bit loud there. Okay. So the buckler... any countdown equipment that we get, it corresponds to... You can use it as many... times. You can put as many dice in there as you want to, but the number stays the same as turn from turn. So now we only need a 4 in there instead of a 7. That's how that works. So we'll do 6 damage here, and then we need a 5 in order to kill her. We'll re-roll. We got a 6, which is a bit more than we want to if we're going to take damage. We get another 6. We can get 4 shields, so I think it's okay. No, we'll bump the 6 to get a 1. Perfect. Look at that. I meant to bump the 4. Unfortunate. Okay, well, we're taking extra damage, which is not something that I'd like to do, just because I was dumb. It's like a lot of extra damage. But she's done for. For reals this time. We got 3 experience and 1 gold. And we can heal here and then go to the anvil. Hey, come in, come in. I don't think we've met. I'm Ned. I'm in charge of equipment around here. Oh, so we can upgrade. We can upgrade our broadsword to do 3 extra damage instead of 2. We can upgrade our buckler so it only takes a 5 instead of a 7. That might be nice. Otherwise, the buckler will take 2 dice, while this one only takes 1. Upgrade a bump to use it twice, or a boomerang to do 2 damage to an enemy, but only take 3 no matter. I think that's good. I'm going to upgrade the boomerang. That way we can use it with less risk as we take on the dryad. The Dryad is strong against poison. Well, I don't have any poison. She's got Venus Flytrap, which do damage on 6, restore 2 health, and then she's got Poison Slingshot, which after getting 12, she can poison me for 4. All right, we go ahead and re-roll our 1. We got a 5. Roll to 2, another 5. Re-roll a 3. We only got a 2. That's fine. We'll use our bumps to increase our to 6s, and then we'll hit them. Bam, bam. And tick down the buckler a little bit. We're taking 3 damage this turn. And that's all. And then she's going to count down her Poison Sting shot. And we can go ahead and kill her. Nice. We also leveled up, which increased our maximum health by 4, as well as getting an extra dice. We should get something that we can put dice into. I think that a snowball is fine. You can do damage and then also freeze a dice. The Iron Shield is also interesting. Rather than counting down to get 4 dice or 4 shield, we can just put something in there immediately. It looks big though, so it'll take up 2 slots. I think a snowball might be good. I'll take the snowball. Because it's small and it's something we can put something into. So we'll replace a bump with a snowball. I think that's good. We'll take on the bully. So the bully, he's got a couple of rocks, which does damage based on his dice. And then he's got fists, which he can use twice a turn to deal 3 damage. So we can put a 5 in the snowball, and that will deal maximum damage because 5 is the highest odd roll you can get. I think that's best going there. And then we'll re-roll our 1s. Re-roll a 2. We got a 5. We will put the 5... We'll bump it up to a 6 to deal 12 damage. And then we'll deal an extra 4 damage and then tick down our buckler. So because we froze him, he only rolled a 1. So we're only taking 6 damage this turn, which is nice. We got a great roll here. In fact, it's enough to kill him. We'll do 5. We'll do 8. Nice. Leveled up, we got a coin and then some experience. And then we'll take the health and see what's in the treasure chest. Detonator, deal 1 damage for every poison on an enemy. Well, we don't have any poison, so that's kind of useless to us. So we've got a shop over there, and we can get a treasure chest by fighting the snowman. We've got some ice. Maybe we'll go after the fireman first. So fireman is weak to ice. That's what I thought. So he's got fireball and fireball, which takes an even dice and does that amount of damage and burns one of my dice. Which meaning that snowball, because it freezes a dice, which changes to 1, will make one of his dice an odd dice, so he can't use it on fireball. So I think that's really, really nice. We'll go ahead and reroll our low rolled dice. Got a 6, 3, 2, and a 2. So we can bump up one of our dice in order to do something better. I think the 6 is best used in the broadsword. And then we can use the 3 in the snowball. Bump a 2 to the 3 to deal 6 damage. And then put the rest into buckler. So perfect. He didn't roll any evens, so he couldn't do anything to us. So we'll do 6 damage, or 8 damage. My apologies. And then we'll bump up our dice to do a 5. Look at that. Beautiful. Good one. I love an old-fashioned flame war. And we won. We got a gold and 3 experience. Let's go see what the shop is. Hey, this is the trading post. You can trade something here if you absolutely insist. So we can trade our sword, which we're not using, for another battle axe. I mean, might as well. And we're not going to use the sword anyway, but I don't think we're going to use the battle axe, so. We can switch around equipment if we want to use a battle axe, but I like our setup so far. Yeah, I think we're good. And we'll fight the snowman. So the snowman is weak to fire rather than weak to ice. And his equipment, he's got 4 snowballs, which deal damage and then freeze the dice on an odd. So we don't necessarily want to use our own snowball, because then he'll be able to use his with an odd number. Although it will do only 1 damage. If it was like on a 5, we can change a 5 into a 1, which would be beneficial to us. So I think we should. We'll throw the snowball in there, and then we'll re-roll this. We got a 6, which is perfect. We roll in again. We got another 5. We'll make a 5 a 6, and then we'll go ahead and try to deal maximum damage. Let's use our Fury. We can do 24 damage. We're going to take 6. And we'll put the rest into Buckler. I don't think it was very beneficial to re-roll the 5 and hope for a 6. I think it's best used there. We're going to take 2 damage. 0 to even. Can we kill him here? We can. No need to worry. We win. We got a gold and 4 experience. And we'll see what's inside the chest. We've got Claw, which deals damage and then adds 1 poison. Interesting. I think the way that poison works is if every turn that an enemy has poison, they take that amount of damage. So if you have 4 poison on an enemy, then they'll take 4 damage. And then it also ticks down every turn. So if they had 4 poison the previous turn, the next turn they'll only have 3. So to add a single poison onto an enemy means that we'll deal 1 damage to them, and then it'll tick down to 0, so it won't actually build up. So I don't think it'll be very good for us. If we get another thing that has poison, though, then maybe it could be good to keep. But for now, I'll just leave it behind. We got a couple of 1s, which we'll re-roll. Got a 3, 2, 3, and a 3. Okay, we'll bump up one of our 3s to a 4 and put it into Boomerang. And then we'll put a 3 into Snowball and a 3 into Broadsword, and then put the 2 into Buckler. He rolled pretty high. Crystallize. Create a random crystal weapon. Fire Crystal. Deal damage on an even. Air Crystal. I didn't see. Air Crystal. On an even, deal damage and add 1 shock. Okay. So Snowball will be pretty good for us. We'll put the 5 into Snowball. Reroll a 1. Got a 4. Now we'll keep the 4, reroll a 3. Do another 3. We will bump the 4 to a 5. And then we'll put it into a shield, so we don't take any damage from that, and then deal another 5 damage. So now we have 1 shield to block any incoming damage. Gonna use that, and use the Air Crystal as well. And then get a new crystal weapon, which is Life Crystal, which I think heals him. Yeah, recover health. Okay. So here, we're gonna take 2 damage and use our Fury, and we'll deal 8 damage twice to him. Beautiful. We win. We got a gold and 4 experience, and we level up. So we can take Shield Bash, Bash with Shield to do that amount of damage, but it requires doubles, or we can upgrade equipment. We don't usually have very much shield, so I think upgrade equipment is most beneficial to us. We can increase Snowball's damage by 1, make Buckler better, make Bump able to do it twice, or Broadsword deal an extra damage. I think let's take the extra Bump. And we'll head on to the next floor. Alrighty. Really big floor. I think our only option is to fight Direwolf right now. Direwolf is strong against poison. Good to know. He's got 2 claws, and then he's got a Direwolf Howl, which takes doubles and curses me. So let's reroll our 1. We can reroll the 2. 2 6s. Reroll a 3. Ooh, great rolls. Great rolls. Put the 5 into Snowball. We'll put a... Yeah, we'll bump up the 3 to a 5. We can put it in Buckler, and we'll put our 6s into our damaging cards. And take 3 damage. So he rolled 2 1s. He's not using them because he wants to deal damage to me instead of cursing me. So you saw us take 2 damage there. And then we've got 1 extra poison here. So let's go ahead and we'll reroll our 1 to a 3. Reroll a 3. Reroll another 3. Okay. We can put one of our 3s into Buckler to add shields. And then we can do damage to him. We won't take any damage, and then we can kill him. Nice. We win. We got a gold and 4 experience. Yeah, we can eat the apple to gain our health back, and then let's go to the shop. Okay, Toxic Ooze. Deal damage, and on 6, add 2 poison. We've also got another upgrade equipment. Interesting. We'll come back to that. Let's see what's inside of this. Toxic Ooze. Deal damage, on 6, add 2 poison. Okay. That could be good. We can replace Broadsword with it, and then we can use Claw and Detonator, and that'll synergize well. If we combat the Singer, we can upgrade. We can both get the Toxic Ooze and upgrade, because we only have 7 gold right now. We'll take the upgrade first, and then let's see what the Toxic Ooze upgrade adds. 3 poison instead of 2. Detonator just makes it so instead of an even, we can use any dice. And then a Claw takes a maximum of 5 instead of 3. So I think we'll upgrade the Toxic Ooze. And then change up our equipment. We'll replace Broadsword with Toxic Ooze. And then we will place, instead of... We want to keep Boomerang because it's upgraded, as well as Bump. So we'll take out Snowball and Buckler. Replace it with Detonator and Claw. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll head and fight the Singer. La 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 la. So the Singer has 2 sad verses, which deals damage and weakens me, and then a high note, which deals a bunch of damage, but it takes 20 countdown to do. So on 6, add 3 poison. Let's go ahead and do that. We've got a maximum of 3 here, so we can go ahead and do that. And then we can deal 6 to him. And then we can bump this to be an even dice, and then use it to hurt her. Beautiful turn. She's got lots of 3s and a 2. We're going to take 6 damage here. And then we're also going to be weakened by 2. And weakened temporarily weakens random equipment. Equipment becomes less powerful. So our Toxic Ooze makes it so we can only add 1 poison rather than adding 3 poison. And then a bump takes a maximum of 3, and we can only do 1 per turn instead of twice. So we'll put the 3 into Claw. And then we reroll our 2. We reroll a 2. Got a 6 where we can add another couple of poison. And then we can deal... If we double... And then we can deal 5 damage twice. For a total of 10. Perfect. We got a gold and then 5 experience. And then now we can go back and we can buy the second Toxic Ooze. We'll take the health. So we can replace Bump and Boomerang with Toxic Ooze. We do get another upgrade. I think I'm going to wait and then do it after we upgrade another piece of equipment. Because right now it's working for us to have the bumps. And I don't want to necessarily get rid of Bump. I might get rid of Boomerang and Claw to get another Toxic Ooze. I think that'd be good, and keep Bump and Detonator. So we'll use the 6 on Toxic Ooze. Paper Knight is weak to fire. So she's got a Cardboard Sword, which deals 9 damage on any even. and loses 2 attack every time she uses it. And then glue, which takes an odd and locks one of my dice. So when we roll the 4, kind of looking for something that's low so we can put it into claw. We can bump up the 6 to get another 1, and then we can bump the 1 to get a 2 to put it into claw. And then we will put a 6 into boomerang. We'll take 3 damage, but deal 12 to her, and then use detonate to deal an extra 4 damage. That was a nice turn. So we're going to take 9 damage, which is pretty much unavoidable. We got another 6, which we can add an additional 3 poison. Now she has 6 poison. And then we'll bump up the 2 to a 3 to put it into claw. And then we reroll our 1s. So she's going to take 7 damage. 11 minus 7 is 4. So we only need to have a 2. Or actually, we'll just we'll deal damage to her using poison, and then she'll die to poison. Beautiful. We had a big brain, that one. But we got it. And then we can upgrade on our equipment. I think it'd be... Let's see. I think we upgrade our Toxic Ooze. Get that extra poison. And then we'll get rid of Boomerang and Claw. And then have a second Toxic Ooze. So now we have 2 Toxic Oozes, a Detonator, and then a Bump. And we'll take on the Kraken. You don't have to fight every enemy on every floor, but because you get experience by fighting them, I think it's beneficial to do so. So we'll put the 6 into Toxic Ooze. And then we'll reroll our 1 to a 4. Yeah, we can bump the 4 up to a 6. Put it in Toxic Ooze, and then use the other 4 in Detonator. Nice. The Kraken rolls 5 dice. Got a Deep Sea Howl, which curses me. Overwhelm, which takes even dice and deals damage, and every time that the Kraken uses it, it gets stronger. So I want to try to kill the Kraken as soon as I can. So Blind makes it so I cannot see my dice, what their values are. And then Cursed makes it so any equipment that I use has a 50% chance to fail. So I can't see what any of these are. I can use Bump twice, though. Never mind, I got Cursed, so I just have to guess. We'll put these here, because I don't know what values they have, so I can't test. If I re-roll it, I won't be able to see the dice value anyway. So he's gonna live with 3 health. And hopefully I don't take very much damage here. He's gonna curse me. And then he's gonna deal 3 damage and 2 damage. Total is 7. And he's gonna blind 2 of my dice. He's dead to poison, so I can just end my turn here. There we go. Get another coin. And we're at max level. Congratulations. We also get an extra dice. Let's head on to the next floor. The Warrior versus Beatrice. So this is the final boss. We'll take on her. Well, if it isn't another dice. Or wait, if it's only one of you, is it Douse? That sounds right. Anyway, welcome to Defeat, Douse. I don't think it's Douse. I think it's just dice or die. It's 1 die. Yeah. So she's got 4 bee stings, which upon a 5 deals 4 damage and inflicts 1 shock. And then a flight, which takes an even, and she can dodge one of my attacks. Interesting. Okay. We can use a 6 on Toxic Ooze. We'll try to kill her with poison. And then we can use Bump to increase this to a 6. We'll use Fury to deal, to add 3 additional poison and do 6 extra damage. And then we can use Detonate to deal 9. So she wants to roll evens, or at least 1 even, to dodge an attack. And then she's going to use Bee Sting as many times as she can to shock my equipment. Okay, that's fine. So she's gonna dodge one of my attacks. So I want to put like a small dice here, so she dodges it, and then we'll bump up the 6 to get an extra dice. Use that to get rid of the shock. Put the 6 into toxic ooze, and then bump the 5 to a 6. Use detonate. So she's dead next turn. And this was a great run. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, please let me know. I appreciate the feedback. And we'll just end our turn to let her tick away, die to poison. And we won! Beautiful! The Jester's coming back. Congratulations! Your very first victory! Am I super strong now? Well, no. But look, you're off to a great start. You've beaten a whole episode. Just 35 increasingly difficult episodes to go. Wait, what? 35? Increasingly difficult? And of course, every time you beat an episode, you get the chance to spin the wheel! And if the wheel ends up on a star, you get to leave the dungeons and take home your heart's desire. Get ready to spin the wheel! Spin the wheel! You're not chanting. I mean, I am, but... Sorry. Spin the wheel! Spin the wheel! Here we go. Oh, what's it gonna land on? We got death. Beautiful. Bad luck. No prize this time. But never mind, there are plenty of episodes to come. Spin the wheel! Spin the wheel! You can stop chanting now. And episode 1 complete. So, that was Dicey Dungeons. We've also unlocked the Thief, which we're going to try out next episode. And to all you lovely fellow humans, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.